everybody, it's Janice with Creating Through Chaos, and today we're going to make a snowman head Christmas tree using all supplies from the Dollar Tree. So first you'll need one of those pumpkins that they had from Halloween. They're carvable. This is a Dollar Tree chamois found in the car section. Some berry pick. One of the Christmas trees that they have at the Dollar Tree. Some of the rocks that they have at the Dollar Tree. Some buttons. They also have those at the Dollar Tree. And the one thing I didn't get at Dollar Tree was the carrot nose. I got those at Joann's in the button section. You'll need white acrylic paint. I was going to use the maroon, but I did not end up using it. I cut a small hole in the top of the pumpkin, and I painted the whole pumpkin white. And I'm doing this because through the chamois you could see the orange. So you want to give it a couple of coats of white paint, drying in between coats. And if you use a blow dryer, it dries really fast because these pumpkins are styrofoam, so they dry really fast when the paint is applied to them. And I'm just using regular white acrylic paint. You could use chalk paint if you want. I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of chalk paint. And I covered all sides, even the bottom. I just wanted to make sure that none of the orange was going to show through. And once you have that all dry and ready to go, and you have, your 1 or 2 coats on, however many you want to do, you're going to take the chamois and set your pumpkin in it. And I know that there's probably an easier way to do this, but I took both sides, the short sides, and I pulled it and gathered it all up at the top of the pumpkin. And then I cut it with my scissors. There is probably an easier way. You could cut it into a circle and do it. This is just the way I did it. I just gathered it all and then chopped. It does not look pretty at the end, but this is just the way I did it. And I just cut through it. At the end, it looks like a total mess, but you're not even going to notice because it's all going to be tucked inside the pumpkin. I just wanted to cut off all the excess. So there it is. It's all cut off. And then I chopped off a little bit more. Make sure I was down on the right size. And as you can see, it's a hot mess. But it doesn't matter. I just trimmed off all the stuff that was kind of falling off. And there you go. Like I said, you can cut a circle if you want. It's a hot mess, but you're not even going to notice it. Next, I took the tree, and I didn't put the stand on it. And I just covered the very bottom of it in glue. And I just used hot glue. And I stuck it right in the hole, held it down for a second. And then around the tree stand where you stuck it in, you're just going to start adding your rocks. So you just put those in. And this is just for weight because these pumpkins are very, very light. And you don't want your tree tipping over. So I just did, a couple of handfuls or a few handfuls of rocks just to make sure that it was steady and it's not going to tip over. And I held the tree while I was doing it to make sure that the glue was setting. So once you finish that part and you put enough rocks in, I kind of shook it around a little bit. And then I just took my cloth and tucked it in all around the tree and tucked it all into the hole. And you want to kind of stretch out your fabric while you're doing it so that there's not a lot of creases in it. And all your creases are at the very, very top underneath the tree because there will be creases. And I just stuffed it all in, and it holds the tree up also, so that was really helpful. Then once I got it all in there, I just kind of ran a bead of glue around the top of it to make sure that none of the fabric was going to pop out. I don't think it will. It was held in there really, really well just by pushing it. And you can kind of pull the pleats so that there isn't a lot of wrinkles and make sure it's really tight. As you can see, it's all really, really tight. And I just kind of started fluffing out my branches on the tree and making sure that everything was there. And see, I added the glue. And I just used my X-Acto knife and kind of pushed the glue down inside. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to fall out and that it was in there really sturdy, all the fabric, the tree. And then I started fluffing out my branches. Once I had my branches all fluffed out, I started cutting some berries off of the berry picks. And I just glued them randomly. Some I put some branches I put one berry, another branch I'd put a group of berries, and I did it to every branch on the whole tree. I did not do the top of the tree. I haven't actually picked out a tree topper that I'd like to use for this. So as far as right now, the tree top is empty. I don't know if I want to add a bow or if I want to add a star. I just really honestly haven't decided yet. Or even a snowman hat might look cute. I'm not really sure. So with yours, make the creation your own. So once you have all your berries stuck and all your branches pulled out, now it's time to start adding your facial features. So I took 2 of the bigger buttons and I used those for eyes. And these are just black buttons. So now he has his 2 eyes. And I didn't tip the tree to show you these exact parts, which I'm sorry, but I didn't want, the glue hadn't fully set yet. So I didn't want to lay it down like that and have the tree move around. I wanted the glue to set. So I glued the 2 buttons for his eyes, and then I glued the carrot button for his nose. And then I just glued 5 or 6 buttons for his mouth up in sort of a, a half circle shape. And he turned out super cute. This is another one of my favorite projects that I did. I hope I inspired you guys to make one, and I hope that you'll share it when you do. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to sprinkle.